top stories in Scotland today.
Rabies tests inconclusive as bat worker clings to life in hospital.
The children who got electric shocks in a school swimming lesson.
Fighting talk as the firefighters prepare to strike again.
And we're live in Portugal as the Tartan army gears up for victory.
Good evening. Initial test results on a conservation worker thought to have caught rabies from a bat bite have come back negative.
But doctors say that they can't rule out the possibility that David MacKay does have the disease. He's still critically ill in Dundee's Ninewells Hospital. As Matt Bingham reports, friends have been speaking of their shock that a man who worked with bats for nearly 2 decades could perhaps be killed by one.
Sharon through. Well, let's go over to sport now. Ramon's waiting.
Thanks, Shereen. Good evening once again. We'll hear from the Scotland camp in Portugal in a moment. But first, Roger Mitchell today resigned as the Scottish Premier League's chief executive. Although Mitchell concedes his decision to quit was made after the collapse of SPL TV, he claims it was a matter of timing rather than his failure to launch the pay-per-view channel. As Ewan Petrie now reports, the former record company manager has a number of new job offers, including one from an SPL chairman. And that's all the sport from me this evening, but that's not the end of the debate this evening, is it, John? You're trying to correct me.
Scotland have beaten Portugal. I was there, I'm sure. 1971 Hampden, John O'Hare scored, Archie Gemmill scored, Eusebio was playing for Portugal, I seem to remember, and Bob Wilson was playing in goals for Scotland, and I think it was either 2-0 or 2-1.
Did I say never? I meant to say once.
That's what it, yes.
Of course you did, Ramon. I know that.
Apologies.
Thanks, Robert.
Now, when it comes to soap operas, one of the characters we all loved to hate was Evil Trevor from EastEnders. Well, that's all set to change soon with the release of a new film set in Scotland. Actor
Alec Ferns is going to become a little bit of a nice guy. Our reporter Nick Dixon met up with him to find out if it could really be true.
I don't think that's fair. I think they'll beat the Irish 2-0 like Scotland beat Portugal all those years ago.
I'm certain they did, and in fact, if I'm wrong, any letters of complaint to Raman, please, for being a numpty for listening to me.
And if he's right, letters to John.
Yeah, well, and how was I there in 71?
Very, very young, very, very young. Sarah's back later. We're back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
It's a bit blowy.
Now the Scottish weather. And the satellite picture shows cloudy skies over Scotland earlier on today. So tonight it'll be wet and windy, and it will feel cold and fresh to strong southeasterly winds, which will reach gale force at times around exposed coasts. And on Monday there'll be rain in the east. It'll be drier though in the west.